Hello everyone, welcome to my Medication Academy channel. In this video, I will be sharing 3 new drug approval updates from early July 2025. One agent is RV injectable monoclonal antibody for the treatment of multiple myeloma. One agent, Zegfrovy, is a small molecule kinase inhibitor for the treatment of non-small cell lung cancer. One agent, Ekterly, is a small molecule therapy for the treatment of hereditary angioedema. This approval represents the first oral and only therapy for the treatment of angioedema. Now, let's dive into each medication in more detail. Linvoseltamab, brand name Lynozyfic. This medication was approved by the US FDA on July 2, 2025, and indicated for the treatment of adult patients with relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma who have received at least 4 prior lines of therapy, including a proteasome inhibitor, immunomodulatory agents, and an anti-CD38 monoclonal antibody. This medication is available as 5 mg per 2.5 ml or 200 mg per 10 ml for RV injection. Recommended dosage: step-up dosing, 5 mg RV injection on day 1, 25 mg on day 8, the first treatment dose, 200 mg on day 15. Afterwards, 200 mg from week 4 to week 13 every weekly. Week 14 and after, 200 mg RV injection every 2 weeks. After 24 weeks, 200 mg every 4 weeks if needed. This medication carries a US box warning, cytokine release syndrome, and neurologic toxicity. Given the US box warning, cytokine release syndrome, this medication is available only through Lynozyfic restricted REMS program, which is a risk evaluation and mitigation strategy. Chemically, this medication is a monoclonal antibody ending with mAb. The molecular weight for this medication is about 146 kilodalton. Given this is a monoclonal antibody, it's a large protein. Therefore, this medication needs to be stored 2 to 8 Celsius, which is 36 to 46 Fahrenheit. Do not freeze, do not shake. Mechanistically, this immunoglobulin T4 antibody works as a biospecific B-cell maturation antigen, BCMA-directed CD3 T-cell engager. Basically, this monoclonal antibody bound with the CD3 receptor on T-cell. This will activate T-cell. This would bond with the BCMA receptor on the multiple myeloma. This would lead to anti-cancer activity. Pharmacokinetically, volume of distribution 7.05 liter. Metabolism, given this is a monoclonal antibody, larger protein, it will be metabolized into small peptides while catabolism. Drug-drug interactions, certain substrates. Linvoseltamab causes the release of cytokine, which may suppress CYP enzyme activity. Therefore, this can lead to the risk of adverse reactions related to these substrates. Currently, there's no contraindication listed on the prescribing information. Adverse effects greater than or equal to 20%, musculoskeletal pain, cytokine release syndrome, CRS, cough, upper respiratory tract infection, diarrhea, fatigue, pneumonia, nausea, headache, dyspnea. Sunvozertinib, brand name Zegfrovy. This medication was approved by the US FDA on July 2, 2025, and indicated for the treatment of adult patients with locally advanced or metastatic non-small cell lung cancer, NSCLC, with epidermal growth factor receptor, EGFR exon 20 insertion mutations. Chemically, this is a small molecule with the pyrimidine, and propionamide motif. Molecular weight for this medication, 584.09 gram per mole. Hydrogen bond acceptor 10. Hydrogen bond acceptor refers to the number of oxygen and nitrogens within the drug molecule. Hydrogen bond donor 4. Hydrogen bond donor refers to the number of hydroxy and NH groups within the drug molecule. Log P 2.72. Polar surface area 115 square angstrom. This medication is available as tablets. The strength of the tablets is 150 mg and 200 mg. Recommended dosage 200 mg taken orally once daily with food. Mechanistically, this molecule works as a kinase inhibitor of the epidermal growth factor receptor. Pharmacokinetically, Tmax about 6 hours. Volume of distribution is very large, 2,116 liters. Protein binding, based on in vitro studies, 89 to 94%. Metabolism, CYP3A, that's the major metabolic pathway. Half-life, 50 hours. It's a very long half-life with once daily dosing. Excretion, in the urine 10%, but 5.6% as the parent drug molecule. In the feces, 79%, but 7.3% as a parent drug molecule. Drug-drug interactions, strong and or moderate CYP3A inhibitors, inducers, need to avoid concomitant use because this medication is the CYP3A substrate. Therefore, for patients take strong CYP3A inhibitors, this would lead to increased drug exposure for sunvozertinib. For patients, if they take a P-glycoprotein or BCRP substrates, need to monitor closely. The reason for that, this medication, sunvozertinib, is a P-glycoprotein or BCRP inhibitor. This can lead to increased drug exposure for P-glycoprotein or BCRP substrates. Therefore, need to monitor closely. For patients, if they take hormonal contraceptives, because hormonal contraceptives is a substrate for CYP3A, and this medication, sunvozertinib, is a CYP3A inducer. So therefore, this can lead to decreased exposure for hormonal contraceptives. This can lead to decreased efficacy, for example, leading to unexpected pregnancy. Contraindications. Currently, there are no contraindications listed on the prescribing information. Adverse effects greater than or equal to 20%, diarrhea, rash, decreased appetite, stomatitis. Stomatitis, that's the inflammation of the gum and the mouth, fatigue, nausea, pyronychia, that's the inflammation of the nails around the toe and finger, vomiting, constipation, musculoskeletal pain, pruritus, dry skin, urinary tract infection, abdominal pain, and decreased weight. Sebetralstat, brand name, Ekterly. The meaning behind the brand name, Ekterly, that's act early. This medication was approved by the US FDA on July 3, 2025, and indicated for the treatment for acute attacks of hereditary angioedema, HAE, in adults and pediatric patients aged 12 years and older. This approval represents the first oral small molecule therapy for the treatment for angioedema. Chemically, this is a small molecule with the 2-oxo-1,2-dihydropyridine motif on the left side of the molecule, pyrazole in the middle, the heterocyclic motif, along with the pyridine motif on the right side. This medication is available as tablets, 300 mg. Recommended dosage, 600 mg, taken orally at the earliest recognition of a HAE attack. A second dose of 600 mg, that's 2 tablets, may be taken 3 hours after the first dose if needed. Maximum recommended dosage, 1200 mg in any 24 hours period. As mentioned, this is a small molecule. Molecule weight 491.5 gram per mole. Hydrogen bond acceptor 9. Hydrogen bond donor 1. Log P 0.77. Polar surface area 99 square angstrom. Mechanistically, this molecule works as a plasma kallikrein inhibitor to block its proteolytic activity. This will decrease the bradykinin levels by controlling excess bradykinin generation. Bradykinin is associated with inflammation and vascular permeability. Therefore, by blocking bradykinin production, this will decrease vascular permeability and edema. Pharmacokinetically, Tmax, that's the time reaching the maximal plasma concentration, is about 1 hour. So you can see it has a quick onset. Volume of distribution, 70.1 liter. Protein binding, based on in vitro studies, 77%. Metabolism, it's a CYP3A4 subject, that's the major metabolic pathway, and also it's a subject for CYP2C8. Half-life, 5.3 to 8.9 hours. Excretion in the urine, 32%, but 8.7% as a parent drug molecule. In the feces, 63%, but 12.5% as a parent drug molecule. Drug-drug interactions, strong and moderate CYP3A inhibitors and inducers avoid concomitant use. The reason for that, because this medication is a substitute for CYP3A4. Therefore, patients, if they take a strong CYP3A4 inhibitors, this would lead to increased drug exposure for sebetralstat. In the case of moderate CYP3A4 inhibitors, this need to decrease dose accordingly. For example, take one dose of 300 mg. If needed, a second dose of 300 mg may be taken at least 3 hours after the first dose. Currently, there is no contraindications listed on the prescribing information. Adverse effects, at least 2% headache. These are all the key references which I have used to prepare for today's video. The US FDA New Drug Approval Updates 2025 is a very valuable resource. All the other medication information which are shared today are based on their respective prescribing information. These documents are available at the US FDA websites as well as manufacturer drug website as well. All the physiochemical properties are based on chemspider.com. Finally, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing for future medication video updates. As always, keep learning and elevating. Thank you so much.